Welcome in the class of engineering mechanics. Today we are going to start next unit which is kinetics. Okay. So, first of all we will start D'Alembert principle. So, to understand the D'Alembert principle, let us consider a body which is subjected three forces F1, F2, F3. Okay. Any number of forces can be acted if this body has the resultant, then that body will move, okay. That body will move along the resultant. Okay. Say for example, this is the resultant, this is the resultant, okay. And depending upon the mass of that body, okay, certain acceleration is going to happen, okay, with the, okay. So, this body will be in motion, due to that resultant, due to that value of the resultant force. Okay. If and which is the force causing this motion, it is m into a. Force causing motion, it is m is equal to a, right. If we apply a force, okay, if we apply a virtual force in opposite to this, okay, means m into a, then this body will be in equilibrium position, and this equilibrium position, it is dynamic equilibrium. So, dynamic equilibrium can be achieved by applying inertia force. M into a is what? This is the inertia force. Okay. By applying the inertia force in opposite to the resultant, Okay. So, once the body is in equilibrium, then we can apply static equilibrium equations. Okay. Then we can apply the static equilibrium equation to find acceleration or anything. Okay. So, D'Alembert principle gives this idea how to make the body in motion, okay, in static condition by simply applying dynamic equilibrium, okay, with this procedure. Okay. So, what is the principle? Principle is the system of forces acting on a moving body is in dynamic equilibrium with the inertia force of the body, and that inertia force will act in opposite to the direction of the resultant. Okay. So, this is the D'Alembert principle, and we will apply this principle to find the accelerations. Okay. To find the acceleration, let us take one example. Okay. In this example, a block of weight 1 kilonewton rests on a horizontal plane. Okay. The plane is horizontal as shown in figure. Find the magnitude of the force P. Okay. A force P has been applied, okay, which is inclined at 30 degree. Okay. That force has been applied, okay, it is inclined at an angle of 30 degree. Okay. Okay. Find the magnitude of the force P required to give the block an acceleration of 3 meter per second square, means we need to achieve this much acceleration. Okay. So, for this much acceleration we need to find the value of P. Okay. When the coefficient of friction between the block and the plane, it is 0.25. Okay. When this is the condition, then we need to find that force. Okay. So, we will use D'Alembert principle to find the value of P. How we will proceed? We will apply inertia force, okay, opposite to the motion. Okay. What is the direction of the motion? Direction of the motion is along this plane. Okay. So, the inertia force will act horizontally, okay, in opposite to this motion. Okay. This is motion. Okay. A means motion. Okay. Direction of motion is this. So, we will apply inertia force in this direction. So, m w, okay, w is 1 kilonewton. So, w divided by g, okay, multiplied by a. Okay. So, this will be the inertia force. When we will apply this much of inertia force into this body, okay, then that block will be in dynamic equilibrium. Okay. W by g, what is that? What is the value? W 1 kilonewton, 1 kilonewton divided by g, okay, into 3 multiply by 3. So, kilonewton 10 to power 3. So, this value is just 3000 divided by 9.81. So, it is 305. Okay. So, in kilonewton it is 0.305, okay, kilonewton. Let us take 306. Okay. So, this is the inertia force that we need to apply, okay, that we need to apply, right. Okay. What will be next step? Next step is to apply the equilibrium conditions, and to apply the equilibrium condition we need to resolve this force. Okay. So, one horizontal component and one vertical component will be here. Okay. This angle is 30. So, that angle will also be 30. So, it is P cos 30. Okay. It is P cos 30 means 0.86 or 866 P. Okay. And this component it is P sin, it is P sin 30, okay, means it is 0.5 P. Okay. What will be other forces? Since motion is taking in this place, in this direction, okay, therefore frictional force, friction force will act, okay, and the direction of the friction force, it will be in this, okay, and we know that its value is if the normal reaction is r, then its value is mu into r, mu value is given to us, it is 0.25. So, it is 0.25 r, right. Weight 1 kilonewton. So, the weight will act this, okay. So, this is W means 1 kilonewton, okay. So, this is the force, this is the different forces acting in the block has been shown here, okay. Now, we can apply the equilibrium equation, okay. So, by applying sigma, if we are taking this one as x axis, if this one as y axis. So, by applying sigma f y equals to 0, what we will get? We will get the value of r, okay. We will get the value of r. What will be that value? R, okay, r, and weight component means minus 1 okay, minus 1, and the component of the force, it is how much? It is minus 0.5 p is equal to 0. So, normal reaction, okay, at this in the block it is 1 plus 0.5 p. Okay. So, friction force it is 0.25 into r. Okay. So, apply another equation, sigma f x equals to 0, sigma f x equal to 0. Okay. Say this is equation number 1, we will use later on. So, by applying sigma f x equal to 0, okay, what are the forces along x axis? First force is this one component, and this is 0.866 p. Okay. Another force, horizontal force, it is this one, friction force, it is acting in opposite direction. So, it is minus 0.25, okay, 25 r. Okay. R we have calculated in terms of p. Okay. What is other force? Other force is this one, inertia force. Okay. It is acting, okay, in opposite to the motion, that is why it is also it will be also minus 0.306 equals to 0. So, by putting the value of r in the, here, we are able to find the value of p. And after doing this, the value of p can be calculated as 0.75 kilo Newton. Right. So, this example shows how we can apply the D'Alembert principle in solving the questions. Okay. Here we calculated the value of p. Okay. If the value of p is given, okay, if value of p is known to us, then we can calculate the value of a. Okay, with that procedure. Okay. Let us do another example. In this example, plane in a horizontal plane, 750 Newton caret, 750, this one caret rest on 500 Newton. Okay. This is trolley actually. Okay. 500 Newton cart. Okay. 500 Newton cart. Okay. This one is cart. Okay. The coefficient of friction between the caret and the cart is 0.3. Cart and means at here the value of mu is here 0.3, and between the cart and the road it is 0.2, means here. Okay. Here the value of mu it is 0.2, right. If the cart is to be pulled by a force P, okay, cart has been pulled by this force P, okay, such that the caret does not slip. Okay, that 750 Newton caret is not going to slip. Okay, it is moving along with this trolley. We need to find maximum allowable magnitude of P, without slipping, okay, maximum value of P. Okay. And second, the corresponding acceleration, okay, means force and acceleration that we need to calculate. Okay. And D'Alembert principle is very much helpful in finding these two values. Okay. So, here we need to first of all identify the direction of the motion. Okay. Direction of the motion, it is along the plane, and since we are applying this force, so motion is this. Okay. If there is motion, then it will have some value of acceleration, right. We need to find both values A as well as P. Okay. So, to find the values, first of all we need to make the free body diagram, we need to make the free body diagram, right. So, for free body diagram, let us make the free body diagram for block this one. Okay. Its weight is acting at the CG, and it is 750 Newton, right, and here, okay, reaction here, this one reaction will be here. Okay. Say this is reaction R1, say this is R1 reaction, upward reaction for this one part, okay, R1, and downward for lower block. Okay. So, this is, and friction, since direction of the motion is along this, okay, along this. Okay. So, the friction, okay, we will take later on. Let us take make the free body diagram of this one. Okay. So, okay. So, weight, first of all weight is 500 Newton, reaction, say this is here, say this is R1, say this is, okay, R1 is this. So, this, let us take it as R2. Okay. P force is acting here, P force is acting here, okay, and okay, since motion is this, so the friction force is acting along this direction, okay, and its value will be mu into R2, okay. One more component, this R1, okay, R1 will also act here, okay. This R1 and this R1, okay, and this R1, it will be equal and opposite as shown here. So, that the net resultant force is 0, okay, at this contact surface, okay. And this one block is going in this direction, therefore, at this contact surface, we will have friction force for this one, okay, since moving in this direction. So, it is mu into R1 and mu into R1, okay. So, it will be the direction of the friction force at this contact surface, okay. Mu R1, it is along this direction, opposite to motion. So, to counterbalance this friction force at the contact surface, mu R1 has to be applied here, okay. And one more force need to be applied here, which one is inertia force, okay. So, it will be applied at the resultant point, okay, at the resultant point. Here horizontal force is only one. So, we will apply at the same here we will apply. So, in this direction we will apply inertia force, say acceleration is A, and its weight is 500, okay. So, it is 500 by G, okay, it is in newtons, right. So, this is the this is the inertia force, that we need to apply, okay. So, what we will do, we will use, okay, these free body diagram to find the resultant, to find the value of P and A, okay. So, in this force, which one force is going to okay, this is actually balanced, okay. this is balanced by this one force. So, okay. So, from here, okay, from this free body diagram, value of R1 will be what? R1 will be 750, okay. R1 will be 750, and from here, what are the unknowns? Unknowns are P A, okay. Unknowns are P A, okay. R2 we can calculate here, okay. We can calculate R2. So, by applying sigma Fy equal to 0. So, R2 minus 500 minus R1 is equal to 0. So, the value of R2 is here is R2 here is how much? 750 plus A. So, it is 1250. R2 value is 1250. R2 value is 1250. Okay. So, two unknowns, okay, A and P, two unknowns are here. So, we need to calculate. So, let us apply sigma Fx equal to 0, sigma Fx equal to 0. So, it is okay, minus P plus, okay, mu R1 mu R2, since R1 and R2 is known to us. So, this value is known to us, it is mu it is 0.3. So, it is 0.3 multiplied by 750, okay, it is 0.3 multiplied by 750. So, it is 225 and this one value is it is 1250 multiplied by 0.2, okay. So, it is 250, it is 250. So, P minus P plus 225 plus 250, okay, 250, okay, is equal plus 500 by Z into A is equal to 0. So, we need to drive one more equation, okay. Let us, okay, I think in this free body diagram, FBD of this block, inertia force that should also act, okay. Since this one force is going to balance this and this one force will be balanced by which one, okay. It means we need to apply inertia force, okay. It will be along this direction, okay, and it will be how much? It will be 750 by Z into A, okay, because this one block and this one block, okay, they are moving in with same acceleration, okay, because there is no any slipping. So, this will be that will be added here, okay. So, if it is this, then we can calculate the value of A, by what will be the value of A? It can be calculated by equating mu R1 equal to this one, okay. So, from free body diagram of this one, so it is 750 by G into A, that will equals to be mu R1, okay. That mu R1 we have calculated, it is 225, So, value of A can be calculated from here, and value of A it is 2.943 meter per second square. So, this is the value of A, okay. This is the value of A. Now, we can calculate the value of P from here, okay. Let us okay, we did a mistake here also, okay. This one, okay, we have considered 500, okay, we have considered mass for this block 500, okay. It will be how much? It will be 500 plus 750. So, it will be 1250, 1250 divided by G. into A. It will be the inertia force. Why it will be? Because it is carrying both one. Okay, it is carrying both one. So, in place of 500, we will have 1250. Okay, value of A is known to us. Then P can be calculated from here. So, value of P will be 265 Newton. Okay, by calculating. Okay. So, what are the steps? Steps since two blocks are resting over one another. So, we need to find the first draw the free body diagram for both the blocks, and you need to take care for the equilibrium. Okay, you need to take care for the equilibrium, and equilibrium condition will be applied with the help of the inertia force, because this is moving, and with the help of inertia force it will be in equilibrium, dynamic equilibrium. The first block, it will be in equilibrium with this inertia force, and second one will be in equilibrium with this inertia force. Okay, mass will be for this, it will be mass 750 plus 500 means 1250. Okay, 1250 divided by g. So, this is the procedure. Let us take one more example. Okay, so this is example third. In this question, we need to find the tension in the string and acceleration of the block A and B. Okay, say this one is A, this one is A, this one is B. No, this one is A block and this is block B. So, we need to find the acceleration. We need to find the acceleration. Okay, for both. Weight is given. Okay, connected by an inextensible string. Okay, assume pulleys are frictionless. Okay, so two blocks are connected with this string. So, we need to make free body diagram. Okay, we know that this will be the position of the tension. Okay, if since 150 Newton, okay, 150 Newton it is hanging in the string. So, the motion will be in this direction. Okay, it will be the motion. Direction of the motion. It is going down and it will going in upward direction. Okay, so it will be the direction of the motion. Okay, since it is going in upward direction, So, what the force will act at this for this block, for this 500 Newton block, 500 Newton. Okay, weight. Okay, its weight is 500. So, 500 Newton and tension T. Okay, tension T. Say let's tension T. Okay, since it is moving in this direction. Okay, say acceleration is A. So, if T is more, it will possible only when T is more than this one value. Okay, it will possible only when. Okay, let us make the free body diagram for next block, for this one block 1500. So, weight component 1500. Okay, and component of the vertical component. Okay, if it is T, then it is T, then T. Okay, because it is the same string is here. So, what will be the force? Okay, so it will be 2T. Okay, and motion, direction of the motion is this. So, it is the acceleration. It is the acceleration. But here we need to take care this one acceleration. Okay, say this one is A1, this one okay, if this is okay, if this is A1, this is A2. Okay, acceleration will be different actually. Acceleration will be different. Okay, acceleration will be different. So, let us take example, if this block is going, if this block is going down by x distance, if this block is going down by x distance, okay, then if this block is going down by x distance, okay, then how much distance this block will move? This block will move double times. Okay, this block will move double times, 2x. This block will move double times. Why? Because, okay, if this one length, okay, if this one length is required to move for x, okay, since therefore that block will go in double times of double time distance. Therefore, acceleration for this one, it will be double times of this. If it is a, then it will be 2a. Okay, it will be 2a. So, we have the free body diagram, then we will apply, then we can apply the, okay, inertia force. Inertia force will be applied. So, the motion, direction of the motion is this. So, the inertia force will act this. Okay. So, it will be how much? It will be 1500 divided by g into a, and for this one will be the direction, and it will be 500 by g into 2a. Okay. Now, apply sigma phi equal to 0, then we get the value of, then we can have the value of t and a, then, okay, t and a can be calculated. So, value of a, it will be it is 1.401 meter per second square, and value of t, it will be 642.89 Newton. Okay. So, two algebraic equation will we will have, okay, it is t minus 500, okay, minus this times 500 g into 2a equal to 0, one equation from here, one equation from here. So, we can calculate the value of these two. Okay. So, for reference, the questions taken from that book, go through that.